record of no wrong. It always trusts, it always hopes, it always protects. And love, as the Bible says, love never fails. That's the love that you'll commit to each other today, but that's the way God has loved you. You're no longer just your own selves. You are now one union. I'm gonna ask you to stand so you don't have to continue to do a plank at your own wedding. I'm gonna start with you, Travis. You can.
Everyone swore this was the dream romance, the kind you only see in movies. A beach proposal that looked straight up unreal, rose petals in the sand, cameras everywhere, the whole moment glowing like a scene crafted by a studio. Their nonstop kisses, that dramatic pregnancy announcement, and the whole perfect couple vibe flooding Instagram had people convinced Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian were untouchable. Folks pointed at their pictures saying, that's what real happiness looks like. But behind all those polished posts and shiny TV moments, another story was quietly forming, and it wasn't pretty at all. Then the whispers started flying, talk of betrayal, nonstop family chaos, and cracks tearing through that picture-perfect Kardashian fantasy had everyone watching. Under the lights, they weren't just a drummer and a reality star. They were two people trying to hold on while every rumor, every old mistake, and every fight kept getting dragged into the spotlight. And let's be real, when that spotlight gets too bright, it doesn't warm you up, it scorches you. For Travis and Kourtney, that passion that once felt unshakable started weakening fast. Old secrets came crawling back like they never left. Family tension was bursting open at the seams. Fans started wondering if their famous love was actually built to last, or if it was just another Hollywood illusion. Was Travis dealing with ghosts from his past again? Was Kourtney tired of Kim's shadow following her everywhere? Or was it just the reality that trying to live a perfect life for the cameras ends up breaking the real thing apart? These questions are chewing at their fairy tale, and the cracks are getting impossible to hide. When they first linked up, it felt unreal, like two separate worlds just snapped together overnight. For years, they were simple neighbors in Calabasas, the inked-up rock star and the cool, calm Kardashian sister.
Why are you always like this to my mom?
I'm always
He's
drumming.
a drummer.
I said I'm gonna use your mom as a drum one day, and I'm gonna record
He's
it.
gonna record it. You're gonna
Sick.
use her butt?
Actually, that's what I thought would make the loudest.
But the moment friendship turned into something deeper, the whole world locked in on them. And once that spark hit, everything started moving fast, way too fast for anyone to slow it down. Barely a year into dating, Travis made his big move. On a golden California beach with candles glowing and roses everywhere, he dropped to one knee and pulled out the ring. The whole scene looked like it was written for a major romance movie, no joke. Fans went wild, tabloids shouted that Kourtney finally found her forever person, and the entire internet crowned them the new definition of relationship goals.
I'm gonna cry. We need to FaceTime Chloe.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
She's gonna literally die.
Oh my gosh. It won't make up sick again.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
She's up.
For a minute, it truly felt like nothing could break them. But now, behind the scenes, there's a whole new storyline playing out, and it's way messier than the one they sold to the world. The whirlwind didn't calm down, it grew even bigger, louder, and crazier. Their families blended together in a way nobody expected. Kourtney's kids and Travis's children connected instantly, like they'd been waiting for that moment forever. For once, a Hollywood blended family didn't look staged. It looked smooth, easy, almost too perfect to be real. And then came the weddings, plural, because one ceremony wasn't enough for a couple living in the headlines. First, there was the wild Vegas night full of neon lights and chaos. Then came the jaw-dropping Italian celebration, complete with castles, couture gowns, and endless roses wrapping around everything. Each wedding turned into a global headline, each vow became another viral moment, and every picture kept feeding the story that these two had something unbreakable. But now that the camera flashes have faded a bit, the truth is starting to show. And the real script behind this love story is far from polished. Every milestone turned into a full-blown show. The kisses, the photos, the slow-motion cuddles, all crafted to shout, "We're crazy about each other." Fans ate it up like it was the sweetest love story ever dropped online. And when Kourtney announced her pregnancy, people swore she had never looked more alive. Her glow was strong, her smile looked locked in, and once their son Rocky arrived in late 2023, the internet crowned them eternal soulmates. It felt like the big Hollywood finish, the proof that real love wasn't dead. But once the cameras dim, fairy tales start slipping. Behind the designer outfits and the viral feeds, tiny cracks were already creeping in, and those cracks were ready to explode into headlines. While everyone else was fangirling over their perfect vibe, Kourtney started feeling something heavy, an uneasy truth settling in her chest. No matter how polished their outside world looked, the past always finds a way to step back in, bringing rumors, old confessions, and messy energy with it. And for Kourtney and Travis, that past wasn't whispering. It was yelling. Everything pointed back to something Travis had written long before she was even in his life. In his memoir, Travis openly said he once had a crush on Kim Kardashian. Yeah, Kourtney's younger sister. Some people brushed it off saying it was harmless, just a goofy little confession from years ago. But for Kourtney, that hit different. It felt like a wound reopening after she finally thought it was closed. And it didn't help that Travis's ex-wife, Shanna Moakler, made it even messier. She came out saying his interest in Kim wasn't just a crush. She claimed he cheated on her with Kim back in the day. Travis denied any affair, but he never denied Kim was attractive. He straight up admitted it. Fans thought he was just being real, but for Kourtney, that honesty wasn't sweet, it stung. Suddenly, family dinners weren't warm moments filled with jokes. They were heavy with tension, stiff smiles, and questions Kourtney couldn't turn off in her mind. And the timing, brutal! All of this resurfaced right as she and Travis were trying to build a new chapter together. The internet went wild with theories. Was Travis's old admiration for Kim secretly adding pressure to the long-running tension between the sisters? Was he, without even meaning to, stirring up a rivalry that had already gone off the rails in past seasons of the Kardashians? Fans started connecting dots everywhere. They wondered if this old confession was messing with Kourtney's peace. They wondered if Travis's past feelings were making Kourtney question every look, every moment, every quiet glance across the dinner table. And with the whole world watching the family dynamic like it was a live TV show, the situation only got hotter. What made everything hit even harder was how fast the internet dug up every interview, every clip, every old moment between them. People analyzed Travis's tone, Kim's reactions, Kourtney's facial expressions. Nothing was off limits. The drama grew its own legs, running faster than anyone could control. So while the world still saw the perfect couple, Kourtney was wrestling with a storm nobody else could feel. Her love life, her family, and her trust were all tangled together, and every new rumor twisted the knot tighter. And just like that, the fairy tale glow wasn't looking so magical anymore. Even Travis looked drained by all the nonstop chatter. In one interview, he called the rumors ridiculous, saying he only shared pieces of his past so he could finally move forward. He kept repeating that nothing ever crossed the line with Kim, just conversations, nothing deeper. But for Kourtney, hearing her own husband admit he once had interest in her sister wasn't exactly the kind of detail that keeps a marriage steady. It shook the foundation, and when trust starts wobbling, the whole house feels unstable. And when you add old accusations, family loyalty, and the endless Kardashian spotlight into the mix, even the strongest looking romance can start feeling breakable. The world saw roses, hugs, and dreamy vacation photos, but behind their locked doors, Kourtney was battling a new fear. If Travis could casually admit something like that about Kim, what else from his past was still hiding in the shadows? People have watched Kourtney and Kim's relationship twist and turn for years. Sisters, partners, and rivals all in one. Their bond has always been this complicated blend of love and competition. But Travis's old history didn't just stir up drama, it lit the whole place up like a match dropped in gasoline. Even Hulu's trailers for the Kardashians teased the tension, quick flashes, dramatic lines, slow zoom-ins, making it clear that whatever issues the sisters had weren't magically gone. Sure, cameras captured those soft moments where Kourtney and Kim sat down, wiped tears, and promised to move forward. But anyone who knows this family understands that what looks peaceful on camera might be chaos once the lights cut off. Sometimes those on-screen promises don't make it past the studio parking lot. Then Kourtney sparked a whole new round of rumors herself. On Kim's birthday, she posted this sweet, warm message that fans instantly labeled a peace offering. But just a few weeks later, she flipped the whole vibe because she popped out on Halloween dressed as Kim. And not just any Kim moment, she went all in, recreating Kim's famous floral Met Gala dress from 2013, ponytail, and fake pregnant belly included. Then she added the caption, "Freaky Friday." And suddenly, everyone was split. Was this just sister humor or a disguised jab? Nobody could settle on one answer. Some fans said it was lighthearted Kardashian comedy, proof the sisters were finally letting go of their messy past. Others believed it was sharp, subtle shade, a reminder that Kourtney hadn't forgotten Travis's old crush, and she wasn't letting the world forget either. No matter the truth, headlines went wild, and the spotlight shifted again. From Travis and Kourtney's romance to the never-ending Kardashian family tension. Because in this family, private problems don't stay in the house. They end up part of the brand, part of the show, part of the reason millions tune in. And while fans argued online about whether the costume was funny or petty, one thing was impossible to ignore. The strain between Kourtney and Kim was still alive. If anything, it felt deeper, stretching into Kourtney's marriage. People started asking, was Travis helping bridge the divide, or was he unintentionally ripping it open even more? But the truth was simpler. The cracks weren't only between the sisters. The real fractures were inside the marriage itself, and when you follow the trail all the way back, the root becomes obvious. Travis has always had a complicated relationship with loyalty. Long before he ever said "I do" to Kourtney, Travis carried a shadow that followed him everywhere, a history full of temptation, bad decisions, and relationships that blew up in public. His stormy marriage to Shanna Moakler is one example. Even while raising a family, Travis admitted he wasn't exactly a model partner. In interviews, he said straight up that he stepped out more than once. And Shanna claimed the number wasn't small. She said he cheated with 13 different women. Whether that number was precise or exaggerated, the reputation stuck hard. Travis wasn't known for staying faithful, and this wasn't some one-time situation. Even in his first marriage to Melissa Kennedy, he admitted that staying loyal felt like a challenge he kept losing. For years, the pattern followed him: romance, excitement, temptation, regret. And while Kourtney thought she could break the cycle, the past never fully disappeared. It lingered like a shadow in every argument, every rumor, every moment the internet dragged his old stories back into the spotlight. So now, while fans see a glamorous couple fighting for their fairy tale, the real struggle is happening behind closed doors. Because a marriage can survive a lot, but surviving a past like Travis's takes a whole different level of trust. And Travis always talked about how much he loved freedom, that settling down never felt easy for him. To some people, that honesty sounded bold, maybe even cool. But to someone planning a future with him, it hits like cold air. So when he stood next to Kourtney whispering forever promises, skeptics weren't convinced. And deep down, Kourtney couldn't erase his past either. Love can blur a lot, but when your partner has openly joked about breaking vows before, the question sticks in your head. Could he slip again? Soon fans started analyzing everything. Was Travis truly committed this time, or was he just caught up in the Kardashian spotlight? All those big kisses, dramatic handholds, and scene-stealing PDA moments began looking less like real passion and more like a show. Was this true love, or just another episode in the Travis Barker show? Then came the question everyone whispered about: who actually had the power in this marriage? At first, their constant PDA looked like fire and chemistry. But lately, something felt off. Like the balance between Kourtney and Travis was shifting. In the beginning, they couldn't keep their hands off each other. Steamy red carpet kisses, tight hugs at concerts, endless Instagram moments that had fans yelling goals. It all looked romantic, almost perfect. But over time, that nonstop PDA started raising eyebrows. Those once spontaneous kisses now looked rehearsed, more like they were proving a point to the world instead of living in the moment. Every touch looked like a performance, like they were selling the image of love instead of feeling it. And under that glossy surface, new whispers started popping up. People close to them claimed Travis wasn't just Kourtney's partner, he was calling the shots. Insiders said Kourtney gradually shifted her life to fit his preferences. Her clothes, her meals, even her small daily habits, they all started flowing in his direction. Fans originally celebrated it as a glow-up, but soon it looked less like growth and more like giving in. And the family picked up on it too. Some Kardashians reportedly worried that Kourtney was losing the strong energy she carried for years. Instead of standing her ground, she seemed to blend herself into Travis's lifestyle. Kim especially was convinced Travis was pulling Kourtney away from the family circle, pushing her into a lane that wasn't fully hers. Kourtney brushed it off, saying she was just in love, just evolving. But behind closed doors, the real setup was clear. Travis led and Kourtney followed. So while fans kept swooning over their filtered kisses and cute captions, the people closest to them were watching the cracks spreading. What started as a passion-fueled romance was turning into a tug-of-war for control. And the biggest test wasn't at home, it was waiting out on the road under the wild lights of a world tour. When Travis hit the road with Blink-182, it should have been the usual grind. But things shifted quick this time. Kourtney joined the tour with baby Rocky, determined to keep the family tight while Travis bounced across continents. On the surface, it looked adorable, a rock star dad turning tour life into a family adventure. But behind the smiles and souvenir photos, pressure was building. People who saw them in public felt it right away. Kourtney looked excited, soaking in every moment. But Travis? His whole vibe was tense, like he was carrying stress on his shoulders. Even fan pictures from Sydney showed it clearly. His posture, his face, his distance. On stage, he was the wild drummer, full speed, full energy. Backstage, he was the husband and father trying to juggle two worlds, and the balance wasn't landing right. Meanwhile, Kourtney doubled down even harder. She leaned into the romance, posted more affectionate shots, and tried to keep the love story alive for the world to see. But instead of bringing Travis closer, it seemed to push him further out. What was supposed to be a bonding trip slowly turned into a pressure cooker, with both of them feeling the heat. And then Valentine's Day hit, a day built for grand gestures and closeness. And it showed the world exactly how shaky things had become. Instead of celebrating together, Travis was in another city while Kourtney stayed back in Sydney with the kids. The tabloids jumped on it instantly, dropping headlines that stung. The couple who couldn't even share the most romantic day of the year. The internet lit up. Fans asked if it was a scheduling issue or something deeper. Some supporters tried to defend them, saying long-distance moments happen, but others weren't buying it. They said the energy felt off, the smiles looked tight, and the distance wasn't just physical. Behind all the noise, one truth floated to the surface. This love story wasn't as solid as the Instagram feed made it seem. And Valentine's Day became the biggest clue yet that the cracks were widening, not fading. Suddenly, one question floated above everything. Was this setup a smart way to keep peace, or the quiet start of a slow separation? From the outside, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker still looked like the Hollywood dream. Fast romance, wild weddings, and a new baby completing the picture. But beneath those curated Instagram frames, the cracks were spreading faster than anyone expected. Because once you scrape away the filters and the fairy tale glow, the truth hits different. Old ghosts from Travis's past, his open confessions about Kim, and his long history struggling with loyalty never fully faded. Those cracks in trust never sealed up, no matter how many roses or romantic photos they posted. Mix that with the constant strain between Kourtney and Kim, and even basic family dinners felt like emotional battlegrounds instead of bonding moments. At home, what once felt like hot passion slowly shifted into something heavier. Kourtney started bending parts of her life to keep Travis happy. Her clothes, her food choices, her routines, even tiny daily habits. Then the Australian tour arrived, and instead of bringing them closer, it stretched every crack wider. Exhaustion kicked in. The long-distance pressure hit hard, and their two completely different lifestyles slammed into each other like a collision waiting to happen. And then the bomb dropped. The world found out they weren't even living together full-time. That revelation flipped everything. Suddenly, whispers of separation weren't whispers anymore. They were practically headlines waiting to be printed. The internet exploded with questions nobody could ignore. So now we're all staring at the big final question. Are Kourtney and Travis just dealing with the usual chaos of a Hollywood marriage under pressure? Or are we watching the slow unraveling of a romance that burned too fast, too bright, and couldn't survive the heat? Only time will tell whether they rebuild their rhythm or become another Kardashian love story that crumbled under the spotlight. But here's where you jump in. What's your take? Are Kourtney and Travis inching toward a breakup, or is the media blowing smoke again? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, share this video with your crew, and hit subscribe, because this drama isn't going anywhere. And trust me, you don't want to miss what drops next. See you in the next one on Hush Hush Fame.